Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour Reading Show. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour Reading Show, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, the lighting is fun today. So, welcome. We're doing the reading show, the Psychic Hour Reading Show on Sacred Spiral Network. I'm Kelly Brickle, and we talk about all things spirituality, all things psychic mediumship, healing, and we really create a space so others can ask their questions with what's going on within their own life, as well as readings later on in the show. Hello, Lalima. Hello, everyone coming on in. Hello. So what I wanted to talk about, as we always have a theme for the day to bring inspiration, was the vibration of talking about grounding and consistency. Okay, so a lot of things that we are creating, because we're in a physical reality, we have to put our energy to, and we have to shape it, we have to mold it, we have to build it. We need time and space sometimes to let it be, to let it flourish, thrive. And hello, oh gosh. Hi, my sound was off apparently, so I don't know if people could hear me, but hello everybody. So welcome, come on in. I'm just gonna go over a little bit for a second, having my mic on. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. I'm Kelly Brickle. Welcome to Sacred Spiral Network, where we have just a bunch of different shows with readings, spiritual discussion, and just sharing from the soul. So good afternoon, Angela. Good afternoon, Michelle. Good afternoon, Tina. Hello. We're going into readings a little bit later. Hello, Jessie Cat. Hi. And we're going to be talking about grounding, and we're going to be talking about vibration of consistency and a little bit of earthly energies, and then we're going to go into some readings and also take some questions. So if you're having any experiences in your own spiritual development, pop them down. It's always fun to talk about, whether it's about seeing energy, colors, hearing energy, dreams, experiences within your own readings. This is the place to do it. So let's talk about grounding. So we live in a physical reality, and we need time and space to shape things. We need to mold things. We need to let things flourish, because we are working, we are building. So this is very natural and normal. And a lot of things do take that space and time to become. And a lot of times we think, oh, the energy is not there. The energy is not there. I must not be manifesting. The energy is not there. It must not be the right thing for me. I thought I would see it or feel it. And really, if you have that vision, or if you have that knowing, or if you have that feeling like there was something to it, sit with the energy. Even in spirit circles. Hello, Laura. Hello, Lynn. Hello. Even in spirit circles, when you're developing, you can't just drop the energy. You have to go, okay, let it come to me. I feel it. I sense it. Give it a couple minutes. And, maybe there are some things that the spirit world wants you to feel that you're not used to feeling. Maybe it's a different kind of connection coming in that you're not used to working with. And that's very much how it is within life. Spirit mirrors how we live our physical lives. There's a lot of things that you've never done before. or there's a person in their energy that you've never encountered before. So how would you know, just like spirit work, how to work with it just right? There's this is a school to learn. We're supposed to be learning. We have to be humble within our learnings, and it's okay to get things wrong and not be certain, and it's okay to have this process of climbing. And I really do think that's like a lot of what life could be for us, the acknowledge of I'm climbing, I'm building rather than I have it, that I must be powerful, I have it. And you know, the journey, that's what people talk a lot. The journey is better than the destination, more fruitful than the destination. And it's very much here. So I know that when my energy is changing within my spirit work or within my life, I get tired because I go, oh, I'm reconfiguring. Okay, or like building the network and learning how to do readings and doing all the things behind the scenes before shows even happen, and also maintaining my business too as well. That takes juggling, that takes new energy, that takes new requirements. And it could very easily make us, when we take on a new job or we're in a new school or a new relationship and it needs a different energy load, you could go, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Is this really even for me? And yes, it's just we gotta train ourselves. It's the training grounds, like I like to call it. Earth is the training grounds, or person is the training grounds, or an experience, or the way things meet us. It's just the training grounds. And yes, if there is enough um let's say negativity, or if there's enough dip in your energy where you're like, I'm not sure this is the right thing for me, again and again, you do have to look at those things. Absolutely. But you have to embrace the challenge of life, and you have to embrace the way that it shapes your energy. We are made to change. We are made to change for something greater. And a lot of the dreams inside our heads are something greater than the energy that we currently carry. Like, I know that sounds, how can I put this? Something that just jumped into my head. So the eclipse just happened, and that's very transformative energy. It's allowing us to change, and especially with all the planets in Aries and the healing in Chiron, it's igniting us to go, nope, we're not going to do the things the same way anymore. We're not going to go back. We're going to have new choices. It's time to go ahead, and it's time to feel full circle and kind of this refreshed perspective. So we choose differently, we act differently. And it does take the past and the acknowledgement of, oof, I'm ready to act differently because I have this understanding now in my mind built up that we don't do it like this. So there is like these really potent realizations, and there are these soulful understandings, even if you're deep within meditation, or if it's just passing through the day, like, wow, I haven't thought about that person in a long time, or, well, that situation, never saw it that way, this way. And we have to be ready to embrace the new energy and know that it won't be easy always, and to keep going and see what it brings out within ourselves. And we look at ourselves in the mirror, and we have this accountability, and we go, whoa, like, I thought this would be easier. And that's a fair analysis. I thought this would be easier, or I thought it wouldn't go like this. What do I have now? I've either lost friendships, I've either, haven't gotten this off the ground in the right time. I'm not making the money that I need to. My family, I thought I'd be closer. There could be a million different, wow, I thought it would go like this. It must not be going well. But really, things are changing, and you're the one to bring about the change to make sure that the energy keeps moving. We're in an expansive universe. We have to keep the energy moving. And it is good when things are different. It is good when things are challenging. As long as we go, whoa, my goodness, but I got to keep going. You get to bring 4 vibrations that no one else in your friend group, family group, or even around you are playing with, are even bringing into the world. And Spirit longs to do this with us. They're always coming in, nudging us with messages. They're always coming in, trying to connect to the loved ones, to encourage them and say, keep going, heal this part of you so you're not suffering. Take off your blinders, because like when we're suffering, we are tunnel visioned because it is consuming. When we're in grief, it is consuming. When we are in confusion or sorrow, it is consuming. And we got to take, the perspective of that and go, all right, and what else? As I come back to my life, what else? And when we look around, what else? That's when we're able to interact with what Spirit is giving us. Because they're always trying to give us something. We could be doing the best in our lives or the worst in our lives. And they're going to say, hey, go this way. Hey, talk to that person. Hey, that's going to help you with this. Hey, let's give you some understanding. This is a world and a realm of growth and learning. Learning is rampant. Learning is abundant. Just embrace the learning as you're changing. And we are meant to ground the change because we are here on earth and we're helping to ground the change for others. So vibration becomes easier for others. We're helping to ground the vibration for ourselves so the vibration is easier for ourselves. And that does take a little bit of strain. So please go with courage, and please go with tenacity, and please go with patience for yourself. Don't be in something that's negative. Don't be in something that's hurting you, because there's stress and strain that does showcase that something is not harmonious for us. But don't let it discourage you if you feel like there's something for you to know. And make sure you're taking away the learning if you're going to be in some place that is a little stressful and straining. Make sure you're there with the learning. Okay. So I say that because I'm just like, you got to be there for some reason, right? Make sure you're there for some reason. Okay. So I'm saying hello to everyone coming on in. We'll talk for a little bit, then we'll go into readings. Hello, Sarah. Hello. We're just kicking out some people, asking others for readings because, everything we do here is free. We do not ask people for friend requests. So if you see that, report them. Hello, Samantha. Hello, May. Hello, Caprice. Hello. And yes, you can ask questions. Absolutely. Hello. All right. So Lalima says, I do get insights, I feel, but it's very confusing. It is my own thought or intuition or feeling. This is a great question. And this is a question that we will always do some degree of fine-tuning with, because there's our energy and then there's Spirit's energy. There's our energy and then there's other people's energy. And when we are reading, we have to let go of our energy and go, I'm with Spirit now, or I'm with another person, energy right now, whether they're before me or in the reading. I'm aware of their energy rather than my own, so I know I'm in theirs. A good way to do this, and a good way to actually jump into another person's energy or jump into connection with Spirit, is to have a really good understanding of yourself first. So you go, when I'm changing over to a different color, when I'm changing over to a different vibration or feeling, I'm so aware of how I feel. I'm so aware of my colors. I'm so aware of my energy that I know that now I'm leaving my own. And so what happens when we're confused, because we have to put our attention somewhere when we're connecting to energy, a part of us goes back and forth and goes, is this mine? Is this mine? And our mind gets involved. What is this? Who is this? And so what happens, instead of making the walk across the bridge into connecting with Spirit, a guide, a loved one, even psychically with a friend or an animal, we go and we ping pong from the bridge. We go back into our energy, and then we go look over here. Oh, but I think I'm feeling something. I think I'm picking up on something, but we go back into our energy because we are unsure. We go, what's that? What's that? And so what happens is we never fully get deep within the connection if we're constantly second guessing ourselves. So it's very important to practice. It's very important to um, like build the muscle of understanding what our brain does when we are connecting to different energies. So it's very important if you can. There's a lot of free circles. There's a lot of free classes. And there's a lot of wonderful teachers that absolutely are worth every penny. Okay. It's just it's important to start to work with your energy and see what happens. So I used to journal a lot. I used to get dreams. I used to get feelings and impressions from people. So I'd write them down. I'd look at them later, see if I'm right. In conversations with people, I would like pick things up, and I wouldn't tell them, "Oh, I'm picking these things up." I would just infuse them into the conversation. I'd be like, "Oh, like you seem like an animal lover. Do you have a dog?" Or like, "Wow, like you're a really sociable person. Do you come from a big family?" So there's ways where you can start to test and work with your insights and see what's happening, and you can start to understand, oh, my brain is picking things up and it's not just a thought. I have evidence, I have understanding. It's not just a thought. Okay, so you have to dare to play around with it, and you will then understand it more. Okay, so thoughts and feelings and intuition, they're all different energy, and that's one way to explain it, but to experience it, you have to build that muscle over time. And the more you build that muscle, the more you go, when that's happening, that means this. And there's people who are very, very comfortable in this department, and there's certain days that they'll just be like, wow, I feel like I'm not quite sure if this is my thought or someone else's thought. And that will always happen because spirit is teaching us how to trust, to understand different parts within ourselves being stimulated, different symbols, different messages. So it's a lifelong learning. Just dive in and you can start at any time. All right. And there is a difference between all those, and you can understand the differences between those. I'm gonna jump to another question. Something else I want to say, I think like when I experience at times like, oh, I'm not sure if this is my own energy, it's because I could have a friend, or I could meet somebody or a coworker, right? Right. Many different levels. And I'll get a flash or a feeling of something, and it will be like, oh, yeah, that's what's going on in my life right now. And so sometimes, because I'm already thinking about it, because it's not like I wasn't. It's not like, oh, that's different energy. I wasn't thinking about that. If I'm thinking about something and somebody is around me and they're going through the exact same thing, sometimes I don't always pick up that they're going through that as well. And sometimes I do. Okay. So spirit always teaches us to be more and more subtle, more and more subtle. Okay. All right. Let's go into some more questions, and then we will pop in. Trying to. Interesting. So there's a couple of people that are coming in. I'm trying to get them out, but they're not coming out as easily. I'll have to do it a different way, and we'll do that. All right. So, Jessie Cat. All right, you have a question. Talking about my dreams. Why did I dream about my mom saying bye to me and hugged me, and she hadn't passed, but my grandparents were behind me and they are deceased? Oh, that's a great question. There's a lot of different reasons. Let me just see if I can like tune into the energy of the dream. I do feel like it's a dream encouraging movement. It's encouraging like an end of a chapter, and it's basically getting back into your own energy. Okay, and the reason why I say this is because all of a sudden I see the need for space between you and your mom, like acknowledging you did this, acknowledging that this is something that you need to do on your own. And so I'm letting go a little bit more. Okay. So it's almost like a separation of you getting into your own power, like her falling back a little bit and saying, you got this, go forward. You got this. I'm proud of you. And this is the next phase for yourself. And then you have your grandparents and support behind. So it's kind of like a progression dream that I feel like of, one day you will figure out how to do all these things by yourself. And I'm encouraging you within your independence. Um, so if you can understand that, Jesse Cat, I don't know if you're around right now, but if you are, pop that down of what that dream meant to you. But I do really feel like mom is encouraging you, and we say goodbye to parts of ourselves sometimes, right? I'm saying goodbye to this part as I rise into my new part, and I do ultimately feel like it was a dream of encouragement from the living and from the other side. Yeah, and you woke up crying. Well, it's very emotional because it's, if you can understand, it's the support of, you got this, you got this, and you have to step into your own. You got this. Like if my okay. So sometimes it's like fear too. It's okay. Sometimes we're processing fear of, you know, wow, we have our loved ones with us, and then it's like, why is the living with the loved one in the dream? Why would I see that? And then we think about, if I were to lose my mom, if I were to lose my mom. And really it's, I do think it was a dream about change and transformation, and your mom stepping back and giving you some space, saying, you got this, you got this. And there's fear sometimes, and it's like, do I got this? Like, I'm not so sure. And am I so comfortable with all the changes? That's not always the case, that we're comfortable with it. But, there was a release, and your grandparents were helping to facilitate the straight space, and your mom was helping you to facilitate the space that you've been having of stress, and that things will be okay and things are going their own pace, and for you to trust. And it's very, very scary to trust sometimes when you think that there's going to be more loss or more fear, or you're not sure why people are coming to you in a dream in a certain way that represents loss, and you go, what more thing can go wrong? Like, my family's supposed to secure and make me confident and strong. So my goodness, what does this mean? What does this mean? And it's just the acknowledgement of standing on your own 2 feet, and having a Mayart. You're coming into a place within your life where you are going to be, if you want to be, the matriarch of the family, with your children, and how you operate for people within the family. All right. And you're going to have to hold space. You're going to have to be stronger in who you are. And that is a shift in the power dynamic of the family. And so I do think there are certain shifts where you are making decisions of how you want to act with family, as stepping into your own light, where you can actually encourage people to be their truest self around you, and you're going to do the same, and you hold that vibration. And then you do that also away from the family, where you're more comfortable in being your true self within others in general, that doesn't even, connect in this department too as well. Just, I'm stepping up within my own light, and so thus family is going to accept me in a different way too. But I do that also within the world. Let me see. Thank you for understanding. I'm going to go to some of your I'm just going to acknowledge what you said earlier, because I wasn't clicking on it. I want to make sure that people are following along. Okay, she says, this makes sense. This makes me feel better. It's been bugging me the past 2 days. I do really think it's an encouragement. I really do think it's an encouragement. We hold back sometimes. We hold back. And grandparents are coming in and saying, you can't hold back. We go forward. We step back sometimes, but then we step forward. And they're letting you know that everything has its season, and it is your season to continue to step into your power and people within the family and around you love you. They will support you for being different and for doing things differently in different ways. And they give you the space to do that. Now you have to create it for yourself too. Step into your own power. Okay. All right. Um, oh, someone's asking about yawning. Let me look. There's several. Someone's asking, I yawned when I read the Spiritual Vagabond. That's so cool. Without fail, I yawn. Interesting. Let's see. I yawn when I talk to my deceased little dog. I always tell her I love her. Oh, I like that. So yawning happens for different reasons. Yawning happens when we're changing state. When we're changing state, when we're changing energy. Yawning can happen in healing. Yawning can happen when we are coming back after a reading or going in before a reading. Okay? And sometimes, like, it's symbology of energy. Okay? It could be a lot of different things for a little period in time. And I think I still can be, connected to it. I used to yawn before reading if I knew the client was tired and they were, not sleeping right or not really taking care of themselves in all the physical ways, because I would tune into their energy and be like, oh, I'm tired now. And I would yawn, and it would kick up that feeling inside of me. But it doesn't have to mean that. It just means that all of a sudden, when you go to your dog and you share love and connection, you yawn, and you could be releasing energy. They could help you be moving energy. Sometimes when we are overwhelmed and stuck, we take on stress, and the yawn is just a sign that energy is moving. Okay? Whether you are, returning back to a little bit more vitality or aware of how tired you are. And sometimes another thing that so what I'm being shown is sometimes while you yawn with your dog, now I'm kind of seeing it a little bit more clearly, is that they're making you present. Your dog is helping to make you present. And that is something that you've been working on, a little bit more self-care. And I feel like that's something you've been focusing on, but you're busy. You're doing a lot. It's almost like, even when you're not, I'm aware of that you do a lot when you do a lot, but when you're taking breaks, you're kind of still like, my brain is so busy. So you might not be like physically like on the go always, but it's always, your brain always has something to do. And so, like, your dog is saying like, hey, come back down. I love you. Hey, be present. You're present with me now. Be present with yourself. What do you feel? And then like a yawn kind of comes out as you move energy and associate with your energy. So I do think that has to do with it. Okay. All right. Let me look if there's any more. Let's see. Just taking some of the people coming in, going to different people out. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So, hi, I would love some insight if there is something I should be doing as a mom with my girls. Oh, I love this question. So let's go into readings now, everybody. Let's go into readings now. So open up the space. If you'd like a reading, you can pop down. If you're open. So Kimmy J, if you're still with me, Kimmy J, if you can pop down your birthday, or I'll just go into your energy. Sometimes when people are asking questions about like family, when I look at somebody's numerology, I can understand kind of what cycles people are in and their perspectives much more easily. So, all right, let me go into your energy. Hi, I would love any insight if there's something I should be doing as a mom with my girls. I think you're very interactive, like with your girls. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Do you have it feels like you have 3 girls. It feels like you have 3 girls, and if not, it's like someone comes over like all the time and is a friend that is like a daughter as well. It's almost like a friend comes over all the time. where it's like you have an additional daughter added to your own daughter. But if you can understand the three girls, okay. And I feel like you have a son too as well, if you can understand that too as well. So it's an extension of love that you give out to children more than just your own, okay? Let me just pop down your birth date. So I have you're 1, 9, and 7. Okay. All right. And then you're in a cycle of 9. Okay. I'm just gonna 9, 1, just double checking the math really quick. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, Kimmy, what's coming up is like you are like you sometimes get into over planning, overthinking because you want everything to go just right. Like you're very sharp, you pick up a lot of things, and I think that there's just it's it's like there's a mixture of when you're raising kids, the energy is just boisterous. It's just like, but it's also, I feel like, at least with one or two of them that's coming up. There's problems with like food. The food is making them hyper. The food is making them, not focused, or the food is like altering moods. So I feel like there's a lot of altering moods within the house. And I feel like, all the energy is making you kind of feel like, oh, this is a lot. How am I to do with this? Is there something, that I can be better doing? Because I feel like you're getting overwhelmed because it's like, a parent's in charge, but if we have like a bunch of different bouncy energy, all of a sudden you're like, how do I ground all this? How do I ground all this? And I feel like things are like noisier and busier than you would like. And I feel like when they were younger and things were quiet, there was an air of like, oh, I got this. I have more. Oh, you can understand this. Thank you for understanding. You had more order. You had more order, and then now it's just like oh, the order is not here. What the heck is happening? And I do feel like there's a great deal of love. I do feel like there's a great deal of love in the house. And I feel like one of the daughters has been, since she's been more like all over the place with her moods, she's been like talking back, or there's been like sometimes some words being said, and you don't want to be a part of that energy, and you go, oh my gosh, like, my daughter's picking up on some of this energy, and she's being a little negative, and I'm worried, and I don't want to be sending that back. And so you're very, very mindful of what's going on in the house. And I do feel like a change within the food is going to be really, really helpful. So foods with minimal ingredients, more whole foods, foods without sugar, or foods with like healthier oils in it, because I just feel like their brains are just going do 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 do. And also, if you can get your children outside of the house into some nature, that's pretty classic, but I just feel like their brains need to be more balanced and flowing, and that's what's creating some volatile emotions and lack of focus. Fish oil is great too. Again, these are just things that come to mind that pop in, not trying to diagnose anything, but like the fish oil is good for attention, really good with omega-3s and for a healthy brain, choline, eggs, blueberries. So being creative with getting a healthier diet and letting them burn energy into, even if they're just sitting in nature, let them be attuned to the soil, the air, the breeze. Like it's like they just need they need the earth. They need the earth, and they need healthier things going into their body. And I just feel like you are such a loving and positive mom, and you really, really engage your kids, and you realize the more that you're giving energy to your kids, you're understanding, you're connecting to them psychically and empathically. You're understanding that there's like volatility and chaos as you're connecting to them. And you're like, oh my God, the more I'm sending them love, the more I'm aware of things are topsy-turvy. What's going on? And it's really just getting them into an energy that's bigger than the household. So get them into nature, get them into an event or some type of positive fair or class where the energy of the class is sitting and learning and something incredibly positive, where they're learning to attune their energy to a higher vibration. And it's hard to do that when a parent is just giving energy, because that's just one energy saying, hey, I'm trying to do this well for you, I'm trying to do this kind for you. But when you have a whole group of people falling in line with the focus or the attention of that energy, like a class or an experience, they will fall in line and they'll be like, oh, this is really nice when I use my energy like this. And then with nature, that is just a powerhouse of how it teaches us how to be balanced, be in harmony. Okay. So that's what I'm going to say. That's really going to help teach your children in a different way that's bigger than what one energy can guide them in. And food and water and nutrition. Okay. Yes. More stuff outside, more activities outside, snacks outside. It's just there's something about attunement to the earth, Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to send you love, Kimmy. I feel like I want to pull like one card for you too within that. Oh, just to let you know, you're in a cycle of 9, Kimmy. And so that means like when a cycle of 9 happens, there's more emphasis on family. It's about forgiving things within your past from how your family raised you. It's about looking at things where you go, I want to do things differently. I want to do things differently. And feeling like you can do things differently and feeling like you're in a different place. This year will go by very fast. Anytime I see a cycle 9 for a person, it's almost like they have the new ideas, they have the new downloads, but they can't integrate them because they're like, oh, things are changing all around me. Things are changing all around me. So this year into next year, you get to have a much more relaxed way of understanding how you want to do some newness within your life, and things also will be coming to a close, especially some of the difficulties around you that you've been stressed about. So I'm going to give you that. Absolutely. Thank you. And I'm going to say thank you, Kimmy, and pull you a card. All right, I love this. The Master of Your Own Fate card. I got it in a wobbly position, and basically it's like bit by bit, step by step, know that you're doing the right thing and master the vibration of I am, I got this. I'm so loving. I know that they feel it. I got this. I'm a leader. I'm guiding my girls. I got this, and I radiate with that knowing with my entire being. Master that vibration that you are doing just excellent things for your girls. I feel it. Just keep going. All right. Yes, life is on fast forward. Oh yeah, I feel you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go to another person. Absolutely, Kimmy. Absolutely. I'm gonna go to Allison and just going through the comments. Okay. All right. Wow, there's a lot of comments I have to delete here today. Forgive me, everybody. Okay. All right. So Allison, let me know if you're here. I'm going to go to your energy. Hello. Let me know if you have a question, if you can pop down your month and your day if you want. So I'm going to go into your energy. All right. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting, Allison, is like I'm in a space where there's, a lot of things kind of integrating. I'm in a space where a lot of things are integrating, and I'm trying a little bit of everything to understand what works for me. I got the Growing Force card, and so that means I'm getting stronger. That means I'm in a better place within my life. It's a place of more abundance, especially than it had been. Like if you go back to 3, 4 years ago, it's like I'm in a better place. I feel clearer. But I get a lot of cards that, even though I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if you are meditating or doing something to like slow down and be present. Even though you're doing some of this stuff, I'm aware of. I'm still getting my ducks in the row. I'm still getting my ducks in the row. So there's like an acknowledgement to some mediumship interests and developments. There's an acknowledgement for taking charge. Okay. And there's an acknowledgement also, I still don't know 100% what I'm doing. And I feel like I don't always make time to go deeper. Okay. So it's like, I acknowledge that you're meditating, things are going better, that you developed. But I sometimes don't make the time to go deeper, or sometimes I get signs and I'll forget them. Okay. Because I'm getting the communications card, and I'm getting also another card with mediumship as well. And you got a blank card too as well. And it's kind of like, I know I can do this, but I'm getting distracted. Even though I'm way more focused than ever, I'm getting distracted. And it's just a reminder to kind of, like I talked about it earlier in the broadcast, I was just like, we need to ground our energy, and we need to step into that, like that training ground uncomfortability sometimes. No, oh, this doesn't feel comfortable, but I feel like it's the right thing for me. And let's see what happens when I push myself. You already are pushing yourself. You already are pushing yourself. I really feel like you're at the precipice, like you're at a cliff where that next part of understanding gets opened up to you if you just like give yourself a little bit of time and give yourself a little bit of discipline to developing the mediumship and developing talking with spirit and trusting and even investing in yourself. I feel like you already know that this works for you, so pick another class where you can invest within yourself and go, I'm grounding this even further. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you can I'm making sure I'm putting down. Oh, you put on your birth date too. So let me look into that, and you can understand. Yes, time and space. Thank you. You're developing. All right. Let me. So your month and your day. Okay. So cool. I'm just doing some math really quick. So your attitude 6 and your personal day 6, and you're in a cycle of 5, Allison. And yes, thank you. Having an attitude 6, that there is this need to help others. Like 6 is a huge community number. It's like family, friendship, community, and you will always have a longing with, how can I serve and give to the people around me to my best ability? And I feel like you're in a place where you have a lot of the old, but you're getting a lot of the new. And the reason why I say that is because that's how it feels with the community. It's like you have a chance to go into a whole nother group of people, because some of the groups that you're in now, they're becoming a little stale. Some of the people in your life you'll have for, like, until you pass. Like, you have some good ones, but there's some people right now that are just, it's like they don't quite fit. They don't quite fit. So it's like, I kind of want to get you out there and trying new things, meeting new people, making new connections. I feel like you have such a giving spirit that people really connect to you too as well. So you have the ability to make friends easy if you put yourself out there and you're wanting to. And ultimately, like, this is a time of change. So you're cycle 5. You're cycle 5. And so anytime I see that, that is always like a possible move, a possible job change. I'll let you know if I'm in the energy, and if I'm not, I'll just give you a generality of what the symbol means. And it invites you to transform a part of yourself for something that's physically different. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one more card for you. I keep going into like I want to open my creativity with you, Allison. I want to open up my creativity. Um, and thank you so much, Jessica. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you. I um I want to open up my creativity with you, Allison. Like I want to do some like art therapy. I want to get into a place where I feel like I'm moving energy and healing energy. I keep going back to that. So it's almost like I have to move energy and make space to be ready for new friendships, to clear this emotional space. But I feel like new friendships are on the horizon, and I do really feel that a change in career, I'm going to go into career, a change in career is needed. It could be something, I don't feel like it's going to be a big leap. Like some people are like, I need to do something different. I don't feel that's the case. I just feel like I need something different within my environment. I need a tweak. Um, I need to be in a different space within the office or wherever you are. I'm just aware that it's getting stale. I'm saying the word stale a lot with you. It's like there's things that just need to be kicked up and changed. So I really, really invite you to do that. Within career, don't need a huge change, but you need to change. It's like if you can't change, like change where your desk is, change where your pens are, change where your decorations are, and even if you can change something within the actual company slightly, or it's just you're gonna stay in the same career, that's for sure. It's just something within the job needs to change. Okay. Yes, time and space. Allison Moody, yes. I should bring this up on screen. Okay, you said you help everyone. I make new connections, especially with like-minded people. I'm moving on site in my current role. I've been living off-site. I'm moving on site. I've been living off-site. Okay, good. So that's the change. I like that. And you're an angelic Reiki practitioner, healer, soul midwifer. Yes, different spaces needed. Okay, you understand that. You get what. Thank you for getting what I'm saying. Yes, different space is needed, and I actually do feel like with all the healing work that you do as well, like some of the things that you learned prior need to come back in. Okay, so like as a healer, we switch in and out of I feel really guided to heal like this, or I feel really guided to call in this. And I just feel like there's some old skills that you got in your system. It could be 2 years ago, it could be 8 years ago. I feel like it's a mixture of things. And it's like it's time to break out some of those and try those techniques. Okay. And you'll be guided to. It's not like a thinking thing. You'll just be guided to. And so find the parts of yourself that have drifted away a little bit and call them back. And then, you know, it's time to do some deep cleaning with all the other stuff to bring in the new, but some of the old wants to come back in because it wants to be revamped, and that's in the healing space. Okay, so I'm going to give you lots of love, Allison. Lots of love, Allison. And I just feel like before I go, there's like a gentleman that wants to give you a lot of, and I feel like he's here on earth. There's a gentleman that wants to give you a lot of support and healing. I feel like it's a partnership, and just to continue to communicate with how that person can help you. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh, someone's talking about the yawning we talked about earlier. Thank you so much, Allison. Thank you for yawning, the yawning info. I've never heard that, but it makes sense. Just as I yawned, getting into your calming space. Oh, I'm tired too. You're probably picking up on my tiredness. I've definitely been like changing my energy with like sleep and schedule. So Tina, you're linking into the tiredness, the yawniness. Yes, when we meditate, sometimes we can yawn or drift off too as well. So it's very a change of state within the brain, but also it can be an emotional, energetic state as well. Yes. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to I'm gonna do a couple quick ones. All right, Jesse. I feel like this card's for you, Spiritual Force. Okay. When I get the Spiritual Force card, it is all about knowing that you have a higher power that you can access, and to know it's a part of you. It's not just something you're seeking out, it's a part of you. And it is like a superpower. And to put yourself out there courageously and bravely, and to take risks in the name of spirit, loving, beautiful risks in the name of spirit. Okay. It's basically the reminder of you have such a high vibration within you. And so your hunches are going to be more accurate because you are in tune and you are connected. So take risks, know your power, and open up that next part of who you are. They're inviting you to open up like a sun and show your rays. Okay, so very small and sweet. And I want to go to Sharon. Oh, okay. I got the love feeler compassionate card. Okay, absolutely, Jesse. Absolutely. All right, and Sharon, I'm going to you. And so this is a reminder to really feel into your heart, and to not just think things through, but feel things through, and to put yourself in a position sometimes of another person, again, with the feelings. And that is a different way of doing things. It's not like this is what they've done. It's like, how do they feel? And how they feel could be very different from what they say and what they act. We don't always share our feelings. We sometimes we guard our feelings with what we say to somebody, and really there's a wealth of other information of what's actually going on with why the decisions were made a certain way. So it's basically like trusting with how things sit with you and letting yourself feel. And this is information. Feeling is information. The more you let yourself feel, the more you're going to feel from other people, and you're really going to know their intentions. Feelings are the truth, and feelings are a gateway to that. It's an intelligent thing to practice, and it is an abundant tool for you to have more abundance with understanding what's really going on with people. So it's like kind of a double do it for yourself, and you'll get even more when you're around others in this department. Okay. Sharon, that is your message. That is your message, love. It's to open up your feeling center and to use it and to understand more so the intentions of people around you. Okay, that is the number one thing that I'm getting for you, Sharon. And also another card I'm going to pull, and I'm going to jump to another person because I'm doing minis right now, is that you've been doing better with your physical health. Keep going within that department. And I would say take the time to sit and reflect. Take the time to sit and reflect of like the joy and the goodness within your life, because I feel like there's a lot of downtime now, and I feel that's good because you've needed rest and you needed balance. And to get into that feeling of I get to rest, or I'm really enjoying my drink, I'm really enjoying my food, I'm really enjoying, what this day has brought me, even though it's so simple. That's the number one thing, is things are going better. You're in a healthier place. Really, really amplify that with getting into the gratitude. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for understanding that. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pick one more. I wanted to go up top, but I want to go bottom. I guess, let's see. I saw a birthday, but then I want to do some other things too as well. Where's that birthday I saw? Like, it kept catching my eye. Where is it? if I can find it really quick. I just found it and it eluded me. Where is that birth date? All right, well, I'm going to this one for 2 seconds. Right. July 15th. Okay, Samantha, July 15th. All right, so you are personal day 6, Samantha, and you are an attitude 4. All right, that is, yep, you're an attitude 4, personal day 6. And so, Samantha, I'm gonna pull a card for you with that too. I feel like you're hard on yourself, Samantha, and that's understandable because attitude 4 is like things to be a certain way and to have certain results, and they need things to be getting along in order to feel like they are productive and that they are of use within the world. 4 is an incredibly, like, the proof is in the pudding vibration, and they need to be organized and disciplined. So what I say when I see someone with the attitude 4 is, you know that you're on the right path if there's like steady, continuous progress. So don't beat yourself up about that. And also, if your room, if your house, if it's orderly, that's exactly the vibration that you need to manifest, because things have to be in alignment around you. Things have to be in its place around you. So, like, do a deep dive organization. If you want, get into some color coding, labels, make things a little bit more fine tuned where you feel, I feel really good within my space, and it will help, like, ease off some of the anxiety. But that's the number one thing I want to say. It's like, you're doing everything that you need to be doing. Like, don't put pressure on yourself. If you need to be doing something additionally, if you're asking, well, there's always something to do. It's like, um, be more consistent at the gym. Stretch. Breath work. Okay, they're basically saying there's a lot of stress within your body and you're a hard worker, so get your body and your brain in alignment so you can be relaxed, as well as look at situations clearly and feel like, I'm taking care of myself, things will come. I'm doing all the things I need to do, things will come. Sometimes when we're just doing that and we're not taking care of our body, we can be like, well, why don't I feel good? I'm working so hard, I'm getting no results. Well, why don't I feel good? And it's just like, take care of yourself and you will feel good, and then you can relax and then you can trust. Okay. So that is, I don't know if you're still here because that was earlier, but I wanted to make sure I sent that your way. Take care of yourself, things will come. Okay. Yes. And you just started breath work. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, the exercise and the breath work, really, really important, because you need to just calm down. You're super smart. You're super hardworking. You put 100% into it. If you can't do those things, that means you need self-care, and you're doing just that. So you're doing what you need to do. Okay. I also think this is going to sound really out of left field, and maybe like sometimes I get parts of things. So just bear with me, Samantha. I just feel like you need a really good laugh. So it's like, I want to encourage you to go to like a comedy show or something. I don't know if that's your thing, but I need to encourage you to watch something or be with people where you can be laughing more. Okay. It's about like just maintaining our energy as as life is sorting itself out, maintaining our energy. Okay. I want you to watch some like funny shows, or, get in a good laugh, and make sure you're responsible for making sure you have a good laugh. Pull up some of that crazy YouTube stuff. I don't know. That's what I'm tasking you to do. Get into laughing. Get into feeling within your body gorgeous, fun sensations, feelings, and continue doing the breath work, and continue doing, if you can, walking, exercising, stretching. Okay? It's just about feeling good right now. All right, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so I want to pick for Casey Castle for a second. And so, Casey, you are attitude 9. So you're in a cycle of 8. So Casey, I'm going to say to you, be mindful with your routines, be mindful with your diet, and there are things to tweak to make you feel like you are not tired. There's things to tweak to help. I just, for whatever reason, I feel like a little tired. I feel like my heart has been beating a little faster. So it could be stress or it could be something else going on within the body. But it's just like I can make changes where there are better things entering my body so I feel more at peace with my body. Okay. So, Casey, little tweaks, and then you'll be stronger. Okay. We are co-creators. I got the under pressure card for you. This is good because it's in a position of you've been letting go. You've been doing what you need to do, and you've been letting go, and you haven't let yourself worry. So I feel like, Casey, I don't know if you're still here. Casey, if you're still here, I'm just going to say this. There's been something on your mind where you've used your spirituality and forgiveness and your surrender to go, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. And when you do, you talk to spirit. So I want to give you kudos to that because you've been talking the talk and walking the walk. And just the reminder to just do little things to make your body stronger. Okay. And I gotta go, but I'll do one because, we got pretty pleases. We'll do one for each. Okay. So we got KJ and Kayla, and then I'll pull one for Sarah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna concentrate and just Sarah. Oh, Sarah, you got a blank card. And anytime I see a blank card, it's basically saying like you have more power than you think you do. Okay? The blank card is all about you actually have more options than you think you do because you're not met with one energy. You're met with an opening of energy. Okay? That's potential energy. So make your choice. Make your choice and know that you do not have to settle. You are in a position where you can do things in your best light to your best advantage. Okay? And hopefully that is connected to something directly you've been thinking about. Okay? And also, go and spend some money on yourself. Take a class. Go out on an adventure. Come on. Go out and have some fun with life. All right? Shake it up a little bit. Spirit wants you to shake it up a little bit. Okay? So hopefully you understand that. All right. So KJ, pull a card for you. Oh, okay. You got the needing a friend card, KJ. So this is about understanding that we have parts within ourselves that need connection, that need emotional reciprocity. We need to reciprocate relationships within our life to help us grow. We need to have someone be there for us, and we need to be there for someone else. And it helps us get very in touch with our heart and soul and understanding why things within the world are so important and have meaning. So it's about sometimes letting go of our ambition or letting go of having everything in a row where you're just like, okay, I can only look after me. I can only look after me. And saying, I do need additional within my life to have a well-rounded life. And I would like to have a connection and be in a place where I can surrender and be a little vulnerable, where I do have a friend that can meet me like that, or I do have a relationship that can meet me like that. So it's about going into your soul and understanding how you can clear some space and what you need to heal to have a more connected life. Okay? It causes you to be brave. It causes you to do some emotional reflection and spiritual reflection, but it encourages you to step up and be like, this time you are strong enough, brave enough, and wise enough to pick the right people around you. Okay, so it's an invitation for that. And then I said I was going to go to, I think, Kayla. So I'll do a quick one for Kayla. Kayla, you are in an 8-year too as well. That's right. No. You are in a 1-year, Kayla. Kayla, you're in a 1 vibration. So it's about just continuing to having confidence, know that you've made the right changes, and know that you are on the right path. If things get a little hard again, it's just about like growing pains. That's it. Stay on course, and know that things are in a new, fresh vibration. And just because your motivation wavers a little bit doesn't mean that it's going to exhaust itself. Keep focused. Keep focused, Kayla. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to say it like that. You're a giver, Kayla, so make sure you stand up for yourself too. Make sure you're asserting your needs, and make sure you're asserting your worth, and tell somebody no if it's not a good fit for you, or tell them how it would be a good fit for you if you want to continue the journey and be inclusive. Tell them how it would be a good fit for you if you still want to rock and roll with people around you, but it's not a slam dunk. And I'm going to say that like that. So everybody, thank you so much. I wanted to make sure that I gave love to people coming in at the end. Thank you for being with me. We did some longer readings and we did some mini readings. We took some questions about energy. Wherever you are in the world, UK, United States and beyond, thank you for being with me today. Thank you to Kathleen, Iris, KJ. Hey, Melinda. Hello. Debbie was in here earlier. Hello. Thank you to Samantha, Aaron, everybody who came on in. Tina, Jesse. Thank you. I could go on and on. Take care. I will see you. Oh, Australia. Very cool. I've never been to Australia. One of these days. I have a lovely friend in Perth. One of these days. With that said, thank you everybody for being with me here today. I will see you on Friday. We have the wonderful Kimberly Meredith. She's a medical medium and a healer. And she has a book, a best-selling book, all about the healing trilogy and how she connects and channels. So we're going to be learning from her. We're going to be taking questions on Friday, and you will see me back next week for readings and further guests. So everybody, please go with luck, love, light, and don't forget to live. Take care, everybody. Bye.